That was a really good fish. So maybe we'll remember her and try to come back and get her later, sneak up on her. Howdy, y'all. It's been over 2 weeks since I fished a tournament here at Lake the Ozarks with aspiring tournament angler Christopher Johnson. And that's just so bad, so wrong. I wished I had done this video day before yesterday. I'll explain why, and I'll talk a little about fishing with Chris, because it was absolutely a hoot, just like you knew it would be. I'll be right back. Yeah, I've been married 33 years. That ain't so. I'm not sure that really applies to everything. I know, I'm so full of crap. I mean, that's why everybody loves me so much in these tournaments, because I'm so full of crap. Old Docs sure present a bunch of challenges to fish, though, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not just getting hung up, but the angles you have to, sometimes the approach is everything.
Sometimes you can't spend as much time fishing as you want to spend.
That would have been a pretty cool cast if you'd have got bit.
Oh, it would have.
Real quick before I get started, does that sound familiar? Who does that? Solarbat. These are RB3s. I have RB2s also. I love these glasses. I talk about it all the time. They're the real deal. Amazing the stress that I put on myself over the years because of bad sunglasses. There just ain't no doubt in my mind what these things do for me. They have a pre-Black Friday sale going right now. 40% off site-wide, including scripts. So check those out, please. Link in the description, all that. I'm probably not their best salesman, but I do believe in them. Big time. Gary Nesty and his crew. Dr. Gary Nesty, optometrist, bass fisherman. He knows a little something about glasses. Also use my promo code. It's in the description also. Free shipping and handling if you use that code. Thank you all. I really appreciate that. Did I do better than Randy? There's one. Yep, that one will go maybe. That one will go maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe. That one might make it. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Come ate it like you're supposed to. Where have you been all morning? That's why we fish, that sound, that kaboosh. People say, why do you bass fish? I do it for the kaboosh. I'm not going to dwell on yesterday anymore than I have to. I will probably do another video about yesterday's Angry Pirate Tournament, 2 weeks after the one Chris and I fished. They're every 2 weeks again on Tuesdays. Check it out if you want links to that. They're worth coming to. Excellent. Two excellent. As I was leaving yesterday, the guy that runs them showed up late. He'd been a Marine. Been a big anniversary in Colorado. Excellent. Thank you for your service, Andy. And all y'all, all the veterans, thank you very much. I missed that yesterday, too. Huge appreciate your service. I really do. He asked me, hollered at me across the parking lot, how'd you do? And I didn't do good. I said, Andy, it would take too long to tell you. He said, well, I'll just watch it on the video. I guess I'm that predictable. But that's not today's video. Today's video is about 2 weeks ago when, not necessarily triumphant, but we caught them. I found plenty of bass, and we caught plenty of bass. Thanks for watching the video. We'll talk to you later. God bless. You gotta laugh. I was laughing yesterday and praising the Lord for the beautiful day. Another beautiful day today. So I'm not going to wax rhapsodic. Is that the way? In Rhapsody over a day fishing with Chris, because that's what it is. We are definitely brothers. Spirit brothers, whatever. We had a great day's fishing. I will say, I thought about coming from this several angles. And you don't want to screw a video like this up. I am not as serious as I need to be when it comes to tournament fishing. The mental thing, obviously I'm mental, but the mental game to competitive fishing is different than going fishing for fun. And sometimes it gets confusing which one's which for me, because I always fish like I'm tournament fishing. I can't get away from it. I've tried. 100 casts a minute kind of thing. I'm bad. But what happened, I fished with Chris in September down at Beaver. And of course, never fished with him before. I knew we'd have fun. We had a blast. I knew we'd have fun like the Ozarks. Matter of fact, he made a comment before he came up. We weren't going to take this too serious. Don't feel any pressure. I said, I'm not. I'm just going fishing. But I don't get my mental game of being in the moment is not good. Well, it wasn't good that day. Actually, yesterday I was really good about it. It didn't help. So maybe there's a fine line there guys got to figure out. I thought I had it figured out 45 years ago, or at least 40 years ago. What I'm getting at is I can't shut up. I can't quit cutting up. And in all truthfulness, Chris a cut up too. He's a hoot.
You sure? I'll help you.
And since we didn't take it as serious that way, maybe that made for a better day. I, though, remember telling myself 3 times during the day, we're catching some fish. We had our dead spots. We got off things, got back on things. But I remember saying, okay, it's time to buckle down and do this right and show that man in the boat with you that you know how to do this right. That lasts about a minute and a half. I'd think of something stupid to say, or I'd ask him a question. And
oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. My God. No, it's not a good one. I put about 1 crank on it, it stopped. I thought, what's wrong with this bait? Fish are still plenty warm, ain't they? Oh, yes. That's what we're talking about. Right up there on that. You're gonna make it. Come on. Yeah, that one will make it, I'll bet you, sir.
And we laughed and carried on, and we caught fish. We finished 4th place out of, I think, 15 boats. So that was no special deal, except these are 15 of the best fishermen, 15 boats worth of best fishermen around Lake the Ozarks. I mean, Casey Scanlon won MLF Pro. Somebody said Bassmaster Classic qualifier. I didn't know that for next year, wherever that's worth anymore. Casey won yesterday, too, so he's a stud. Where to go? I can say that we had some interesting and fairly intense conversations that y'all will never know about, because mechanical things, making bait, mechanics, hook stuff, very little talk about technology. I'm not going to let that ruin a good day's fishing. But we had some interesting. Same thing when I fished with him at Beaver. We drove most of the way back to his house that day after we left, and I asked him a couple questions, and he put on a short seminar the same way he did in videos recently. And so I got a preview of those videos. Very smart man, obviously. Very good fisherman. One of the best fishermen I've ever shared a boat with, and I've been in a boat with some of the best on the planet.
Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh, that was a good one.
The fun part is how we approach things the same way. So I know I'm not that far off. He told me that day at Beaver that I'm on as far as that. So that's nice. It didn't help me yesterday. We caught about 15 keepers. Weighed in 1345, I think, was our string. No big fish. We need the big fish. Always need that big bass. And some days they're all big bass, just not for me lately. Fish I found the week before, still bit. I found some more the day before. We went back and forth between a bunch of fish and caught them, had fun, caught them several techniques, several ways. That was probably the best part is I don't generally fish with it. That's the first time I fished tournament with anybody in 20 years. Not true. First time I fished these Angry Pirate tournaments with anybody. And having somebody there following up or leading whatever and not necessarily throwing the same baits. I caught most of my fish, I caught fish on Zara Spook. I don't think he already caught a fish on Spook. He caught him on buzzbait. I didn't catch anything on buzzbait. We both had flukes on. His was different than mine. He caught fish on it. Interesting. Learned something from him there. So we fish enough alike that it made it pleasant. One thing I'll say about Chris, I can say about very few guys I've fished with in my, 47, 48 years now. He's aggressive. He ain't afraid to make the cast. He ain't afraid to launch that bait and to skip that bait and do all those things you have to do. I remember fishing with a guy say, man, you need to try to get a bait over there. I have to tell Chris that. Chris is watching where I'm throwing. He's doing sometimes the same throw because it was a throw I screwed up or he thought should work. And a lot of times his own throw, and it worked really well. And is that too analytical? Is that not spoiling the fun? Oh, well, here's the worst part. Ready for the worst part? When I fished my buddy Mike, see on his cousin's pond, I've had as many as 200 clips. Now, what it is, I turn the camera on and off. Every time I think something cool happens or if I have a dead zone, I kill it. Because my GoPro would overheat. This camera doesn't do that. But it's also more manageable when you have those clips. You know where to, when you edit, you go in, you know where to start and stop. I come back with Chris 2 weeks ago with 27 clips. So do I owe y'all an apology for that? I don't think so. I never turned the camera on yesterday in the boat. It stayed there in the seat of the boat all day, never turned it on. I'm trying to do good in a tournament, and a camera can screw up a good experience. It can screw up a fun experience. It can screw up a tournament, and I've lost fish several times because I turn the camera on while I'm fighting a fish come off. So I never even put the camera on yesterday. That day with Chris is just 27 clips. That's not very many clips, y'all. I think Chris, with his phone, filmed a few. He saw it on his video last week, might be some of the stuff that he showed. And it's good because some of that's private stuff. Obviously, I owe you guys more than that, maybe, but right now it's not my priority. YouTube's not my priority. This video's going to get too long, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I think the best way to show how Chris and I did this day, and I may forget something. Now, I don't want to do all my videos about Chris Johnson. That'd be fun. If I just did Chris and Randy and pick on some other guys, YouTube Nation, that might be kind of fun. I better not, because they'll pick on me right back, and Lord knows I deserve it. I'm going to show you. I didn't know I had this clip. I looked the other day to show how much we can cut up. I'm going to describe this, and maybe, I know I'm showing some clips as I go here because that's what I do. I'm going to show this because this was so much fun. I'm going to describe it to you real quick, or as quick as I can do things. Y'all know that. He fires a buzzbait off behind the dock. Now, we're catching some fish. We're in a spot we're catching some keepers. He fires that buzzbait off, and it goes over a cable, which that's Lake of the Ozarks, 156,000 docks. It's a lot of cables. A few stiff arms, but mostly cables and crisscross. It's just a joke. It's a mess. I had to retrieve a bait several times yesterday off a cable. He flings it over, and it's not a short cast. The camera doesn't show depth well. It's 45, 50-foot cast. And the fish eats it up. It's bass about this long. It's not a big fish. And he cranks it into this cable. And I think it flops for a second. I think the video showed it pretty good to me. The fish comes off. Now, he's still pulling on his bait. So the bait flings up the cable to the dock. Now, when that happens, no matter what, every single time, it hits a turnbuckle. Okay, a turnbuckle where they have tied that rope. It's wire rope. They've tied it into it and cinched her down. And ain't nothing ever comes out of that. It gets in there, and I've had to cut the bait off immediately. It gets in there, and you're done. I mean, I was already getting ready to turn the boat around. It happened this quick. Instead, this thing does a bow thing underneath there, unwinds, comes up, hits a ladder, hits the dock, does some weird stuff, flips back over, hits the water. It's free and clear. And then Chris does the what Chris does. He did this.
Over the cable. There he was anyway.
Look at that right there.
That's okay. I hope a camera caught that, because that is the cast of the day. Even if you did lose the fish, he's about 6 pounds.
He was.
So that just goes to show you that he wasn't quite as serious either sometimes, and maybe that's a good thing. When it's time to be serious tournament fishing, and I got a story I'm going to tell you about that one of these days, about next year. What a dummy thing I probably did. But that's Chris. Normal guy. No weird agendas. He just loves to fish. I love to fish. I don't know why sometimes. And he's a damn good fisherman, y'all. I learned several things from him, and reacquainted myself with a thing or two about Chris that day. So he drove about 9 hours that day to come up here and fish with me and go back home. I think he said he left at 2:30 or 2 o'clock that morning. Y'all, that takes some dedication. So he felt like a 19-year-old again doing it. I'd feel like an 89-year-old doing it because I'd be dead afterwards. That's all. I wish I had a bunch of pretty clips. We caught some nice fish. We executed very well. It's another video. Chris, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it very much. I failed us yesterday, but I think we're going to do it again. I hope, kind of, because I got more stuff to learn, and Chris Johnson's the guy to teach me. I'll guarantee you. Or at least relearn me some things I already know. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Get ready to build baits. Matt Mullins. That look familiar? Yeah. Talk to you guys pretty soon, I hope. Take care.
Oh, there we go. We got to measure that one, brother.
Finally.
We don't have to measure that one.
junk.
Good job, son. Hey, come off, too.